let us look into certain amount of case studies. So we did the Pixar's 22 ways of building a story. Let's go back a little. The archetypes. Remember the characteristics. So what is an archetype? Archetype is a personality. We saw the plots, how they are being built into Pixar's 22 points. Now let us look at the archetypes. The example that I have taken is that of Tesla. Tesla works beautifully as a 2 archetype brand for the course, your course of how to write a brand story, right? It takes the archetype of the creator and the rebel both together. So as the creator, if the personality of the brand is a creator, then how does Tesla show it to us? It shows to the whole world that they are visionary innovators. They're designing a new future. As the archetype for rebel, how do they design themselves? They design themselves as the rule breaker. They take up to challenge old systems. Let me set the whole thing, these 2 archetypes, into context. Why Tesla is a great archetype case? When you think of Tesla, you don't just think of a car company, correct? We all think of electric cars that feel like spaceships, a CEO whose tweets breaks norms, a CEO who is launching rockets with the help of his another company, SpaceX, a brand that openly challenges oil, I mean petrol or diesel, challenges traditional car makers, and even the very idea of what a car is. That's why Tesla is a powerful mix of the archetypes creator and rebel. As the creator archetype, Tesla comes out as the visionary inventor. What is the core of this creator archetype? Quote unquote, I imagine a better world and build it for everybody. The creator stands for originality, for design disruption, for innovation, for crafting a new product with the help of technology, something that the world had never seen before. This is how Tesla fits into the creator archetype. It starts reimagining the car itself. Tesla just didn't make an electric version of a petrol car. It redesigned the idea of a car itself. Correct? What did they make it? They gave a giant touch screen instead of buttons. They gave software updates, which is happening automatically. They gave minimalistic interiors like a tech device, not like an engine room. This is the classic creator behavior. Do not tweak with reality. Redesign it. Change it completely. Software on wheels, that was the mindset when they were redesigning their cars. Traditional auto brands generally see the car as a hardware. The product is designed and redesigned. But Tesla started treating the car like a living software design. They started to add features via updates. Performance upgrades were given after purchase. Autopilot features rolling out over time and again. That is creator thinking. The product is never finished. It is always progression because software gets updated every now and then. The third point was that creation of gigafactories. Massive, large factories came up for the creation of these cars. Tesla doesn't just make cars, it designs the machine that makes the machine. This is what Elon Musk himself said. Factories themselves are a creative project. They are automated totally. They are optimized for very high productivity, futuristic spaces that look like sci-fi sets.
Tesla has always been a forerunner in the EV industry, paving the way for new inventions that are geared towards providing vehicles that are environmentally friendly and sustainable. The multi-billion-dollar company has yet again expanded its production capacity by adding a new and bigger gigafactory in Texas to its chain of factories in the US. This gigafactory was launched by Musk earlier in April and is presently the biggest factory by size in the country, still working at less than maximum capacity. Tesla's new gigafactory is also expected to be the highest volume auto plant in the US when it's fully ramped up. But what exactly goes on in this $10 billion gigantic factory that's now Tesla's headquarters, and what model of cars would the EV maker be churning out from its newest and grandest factory? Stick around as we detail all of these and more in this video. Tesla is one of the most prominent EV makers in the world, after having become the largest producer of electric vehicles globally. Last year, the company built and shipped over 930,000 electric vehicles, which was a significant improvement to its earlier target for the year. While Tesla was able to double its vehicle production in 2021, the company has now set a bigger target of 1.5 billion vehicles for 2022. To meet its new target, Tesla has established 3 new production plants across America, Europe, and Asia. These massive production plants were termed Gigafactories by Musk, with Giga Shanghai, Giga Berlin, and Giga Texas now all operational and set to help Tesla achieve this monstrous production target. Giga Texas is the grandest of the trio. It spans an estimated 2,500 acres of land along the Colorado River and has over 10 million square feet of factory floor. Giga Texas is expected to produce over 20,000 direct jobs when it finally begins to operate at full capacity. The construction of the Gigafactory in Texas started back in 2020 and was preceded by a bidding contest by every American state, each of which wanted to earn the hosting right to house the biggest auto factory in the country. After Texas won the bid, the factory was named accordingly as Giga Texas. Tesla's electric Cybertrucks were the first batch of vehicles that were churned out from this giant factory. Even while construction was ongoing, Tesla had already racked up over 1 million pre-orders for the Cybertruck. So it was only rational that the Cybertrucks were the first models to go into production at Giga Texas. The Giga Texas is so humongous that when turned on its side, it takes over the Burj Khalifa as the tallest building in the world. With the California plant fast running out of room to accommodate further expansion, Musk opted to name Giga Texas as Tesla's new headquarters. Aside from the Cybertruck, Tesla's semi-truck and the popular Model Y would also make up the first batch of EVs to be manufactured at Giga Texas. The Gigafactory would have a unit dedicated to the manufacturing of the Optimus robots that Musk has always spoken at length about. Giga Texas would also host a massive battery production unit, where Tesla's EV batteries will be mass-produced starting with that of the Model Y. In addition to its massive battery production unit, Giga Texas also hosts a lot of space that holds the factory's enormous stamping, casting, painting, and general assembling units. Musk has stated that the production of electric vehicles in the Gigafactory will be more effective and easier because everything is available and all under one roof. Raw materials would be delivered at one end, and you can have the finished cars rolled off across the assembly line at another end. Giga Texas, according to Musk, would greatly help Tesla reduce the complexities involved in manufacturing EVs, especially as the company is now gearing towards producing its vehicle's entire body from just a few inputs while leveraging technology. Tesla has installed massive gigapress technologies at Giga Texas that would allow it to manufacture the chassis for its vehicles from only 3 pieces of inputs, as against the more than 70 pieces that the process previously used. These gigantic and technologically advanced machines can create the bodywork of any of Tesla's vehicles in seconds. For the bulk of the last decade, Tesla had been investing in steel alloy technology, which allows for larger casting of vehicle parts, which simplifies the manufacturing process. At the moment, 54 gigapresses have been installed at Giga Texas, all having incredible clamping force and being some of the biggest casting machines in the world by far. These powerful machines were first acquired in 2020 from the Italian engineering company IDRA and were installed at Tesla's Fremont factory for initial operations. Being the first of its kind, the machine had a clamping force of over 55,000 to 61,000 kilonewtons. Currently, the Gigafactory uses these gigapresses in producing steel bodies for the Model Y. Tesla has also started making the Model Y in different colors, including blue, black, red, and white. The initial Model Ys manufactured at Giga Texas featured 4680 battery cells. However, Tesla has now revealed that it plans to use 2170 battery cells in the production lines at Giga Texas for batches to be manufactured in the last quarter of this year. The first Model Ys manufactured at Giga Texas were displayed during the company's Cyber Rodeo opening party that had only Tesla staff in attendance. Aside from their very powerful batteries, they also featured a single-piece front body casting, as well as a structural battery pack. Musk is now set on making Giga Texas the world's largest battery cell manufacturing facility. The CEO believes that the facility can support a production capacity of up to 100 gigatons per year and can expand up to 200 to 250 gigatons by the end of 2023. A single facility with a yearly output of 100 gigawatt hours could produce enough batteries to power more than 1.3 million Model Y vehicles. Giga Texas started manufacturing pre-production samples of the Model Y back in August. Pre-production phases are commonly used by automakers to assess the accuracy and effectiveness of the equipment on site, towards ensuring that it is ready for large-scale production. At the time, the Gigafactory's massive structure was also fast nearing completion. Only the central part of the massive structure, which runs down from the factory center to the south section, remains under construction. Thousands of Model Y castings were sighted at Giga Texas soon after it started operations, raising suspicions as to whether all of the castings were entirely manufactured at the Gigafactory or if some portion of the castings were delivered there. It had turned out that all castings were manufactured at the Gigafactory as Tesla was testing casting equipment and method. Tesla also commenced with other pre-production drills for the Model Y, even while no specific information has been released as to when exactly the facility will be fully operational. It appears that Giga Texas would be Tesla's new creative and innovative hub, as the company now appears to be developing an infinite number of scalable renewable energy components and storage solutions. These technologies are expected to be available commercially next year. Tesla also has a unit at Giga Texas that has been installed with machines for the mass production of solar panels, solar roofs, Powerwall, home batteries, and power pack systems. These technologies are considered to be in line with Tesla's drive to support the world's transition into the use of sustainable energy. These solutions by Tesla are also being manufactured at the Gigafactory, employing the safest and most renewable energy sources. Musk has also recently announced that Tesla's 10,000 Model Y SUV was recently manufactured in Giga Texas. This could be good news for vehicle lovers who are hoping to buy the Cybertruck next year. Although Tesla had initially announced that it would be kickstarting the production of its Cybertruck at the Texas Gigafactory this year, it would soon be forced to delay production till 2023 due to supply chain issues associated with the next generation 4680 battery battery cells. The successful invention of these batteries, according to Musk, would lead to the price of electric vehicles dropping remarkably. Tesla is now edging closer to being able to manufacture these super powerful batteries at scale. The Model Y line will be the highest capacity line at Giga Texas and the world at large. According to Musk, the plant will produce at least 500,000 vehicles annually by next year, starting with the Model Y hatchbacks, the hard-edged Cybertruck pickup, as well as a new version of the Roadster sports car and Tesla Semi. When Giga Texas reaches full production capacity, it is expected that in addition to its 3 other plants, Tesla would have combined capacity to build over 2 million vehicles annually within the next few years. This would be more than double what the company produced in 2021. Tesla's newest gigafactories are now widely considered a major step for a car maker that's still less than 2 decades old. These facilities are highly expected to help the EV maker maintain its current position as the world's top electric vehicle manufacturer for the foreseeable future. Strangely, drilling for water has been a major concern for both Giga Texas and Giga Berlin. As it stands, Tesla still has a peculiar problem of demand far outstripping supply, with this issue already translating into a 6-month delay for the Model Ys and some Model 3s in different parts of the world. Tesla's new gigafactories are now expected to help the EV maker eliminate its production bottlenecks globally. Giga Texas is designed for maximum efficiency and will make vehicles using mainly 3 major components. First would be the rear portion that'd be made from a single casting, then a battery pack that's designed as the vehicle's structural undercarriage, and a front section also made from a single metal casting. The results are that Tesla's EVs would be lighter, safer, and cost much less. Giga Texas is expected to drive a revolution in car manufacturing globally. For more interesting videos like this one, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that like button.
Thereby, the output, the design language of any Tesla product becomes extremely aesthetic, clean, minimal, and futuristic. There is no loud badging, almost no grill of the car. It is a bit like Apple on the wheels. Look at the way Apple also innovates, correct? Creators, people who create these products and brands care deeply about how things look and feel, not just how they function. Also, they have a bigger creative vision in their mind, the sustainable energy ecosystem. Tesla doesn't only sell cars, it is also selling solar panels, home batteries, power walls, power packs. It is creating an integrated energy system. The Creator Archetype dreams in terms of systems, processes, not just an individual product. So Tesla's narrative or Tesla's story is we are designing the future of energy, not just transport. This is talking about Tesla's Creator Archetype. Now let us look at Tesla as a rebel archetype. Tesla has been the industry disruptor. That is the core of a rebel archetype. Disrupt what is happening smoothly. The rules are broken and they are rewritten. So the rebel actually challenges authority. It questions the current norms, provokes, shocks, or disrupts what is happening in the world today. Often positions itself against a villain. The villain could be a system, a very old traditional way, or the establishment in itself. Thereby, Tesla went into doing all of these things. And that's how it started to look like a rebel archetype. It challenged the oil and auto establishment. Tesla's entire origin, the story of its origin in itself is like a rebellion. It stood for we are against fossil fuels. We are against polluting cars. We are against slow, risk-prone car companies. So the message that they gave to the world is they had decades to fix these problems. But they didn't. We will. Tesla will. Secondly, they started breaking the dealership model. Most car companies sell through dealer networks. Tesla said no to dealer networks. They said direct to consumer sales. Online ordering, even from your simple mobile phone, became possible with Tesla. Showrooms in malls instead of massive car lots. So they didn't have a standalone showroom. They went to the mall. This is a direct challenge to the existing automobile power structure. Also, they said no to traditional advertising. For years, Tesla spent almost nothing on conventional ads. Instead, they used launch events in a big way. Social media. Wherever they are, social media is there. They used fan communities and word of the mouth for their publicity. Rebels don't play by the industry's media spend rules. The story becomes publicity. So how will you publicize about yourselves? Right? Through events. Also, they used Cybertruck as a pure rebel symbol. It's a visual rebellion. It is sharp, it is angular, very sharp-ended designs instead of the normal automobile curves. It has a steel exoskeleton instead of paint. It has polished panels. It launched with a bulletproof glass, right? All these things made it tremendously rebellious. Tesla is not trying to please everyone. It is deliberately polarizing the world. That's the peak of a rebel. Elon Musk's own persona in itself is that of a rebel. Whatever one thinks of him, Elon functions as a rebel character. His tweets or his comments on X is totally unfiltered. He has public fights with regulators and critics. There are n number of memes and jokes and stunts that are created over him. The founder story amplifies the rebel archetype. He keeps on telling, we do things differently. We don't care if you are uncomfortable. Now this is a pure rebel archetype. Tesla today is a hybrid. It's creator plus its rebel. Both these two archetypes are coming in one single story. The magic of Tesla is in this combination. The creator side says, we are building beautiful, innovative technology for a sustainable future. Whereas the rebel side says, the old system is broken. We are here to destroy it and replace it. So the brand narrative now surprisingly becomes the world is stuck with polluting, boring cars and the planet is paying the price. But the traditional auto industry is too slow, too comfortable and too dependent on oil. Therefore, Tesla will break the rules, reinvent the car, and accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. That's the ABT framework, right? Plus the entire archetype, both put together in one single neat line. If I may ask you a question, dear learners, the question is, if Tesla was a person, what would you call it? An artist or a rebel? I would want all of you to debate on this and put it down in the discussion room. Remember, Tesla doesn't just make cars. It fights the old way of making and using them. So, there is the creator and the rebel archetype together. That's why its story feels so powerful, even before you start looking at the specs of the car. This was about Tesla. Shall we look about Apple also? Apple is something which all of us know and love and have experienced. What are the archetypes? One, the creator is the primary archetype because they are into innovation. They are into design excellence. They are into imagination. They are into craftsmanship. Why does they fit into the creator archetype? Because they are obsessed with design purity and user experience. They create tools that empowers creativity. Starting from Mac, their first computer, to the iPhones, to the Vision Pros, which are coming out. Apple positions technology not as technology, but as a form of art. Apple is famous for its craftsmanship. Look at your iPhones, they're so beautifully crafted. Minimalism and extremely aesthetic disciplines. That's why they have this beautiful philosophy which says, think different. All their ecosystems are seamless. That's why once you are an Apple fan, you are an Apple fan. They have designer first product strategy. And their visual identity is iconic, is highly minimalistic. Creator, that's the primary archetype. The secondary archetype is that of a magician. What is the core essence of a magician? Transformation. Seamless experiences, turning the impossible into intuitive. Why does Apple fit into this magician archetype? Because it takes complex technology and makes it feel effortless. Users globally often describe Apple products as magical in how they sync into their work and home system beautifully and they work together. It introduces category shifting products that has transformed consumer behavior. iPod to AirPod to iPhone, now they are designing the Apple economy. What are the signals of a magician archetype here? It just works. iCloud ecosystem connectivity for all your products. The haptic interactions that feel intuitive. You actually know how to play with the UI and the UX. The spatial computing innovations. Without knowing much, the consumer or the user is happy using an Apple product. The emotional layer, the brand personality style is that of innocence. The core essence is that of simplicity, clarity, purity. It's Apple's commitment to be a clean, minimalistic, aesthetic product is of the highest order. Their brand stories are very simple, with simple messages and absolutely clutter-free design. Their brand stories are calm, white-spaced, heavily white-spaced in retail and advertising environments. It signals to simple product names, clean, soothing visuals, but tells a very understated emotional story. Their approach for their brand stories is less but better. Occasionally, they also very selectively use the rebel archetype, particularly when they want to defy the current market. Because for a rebel, the core essence is that of defiance, disruption. It challenges status quo. Apple started talking about disruption when they positioned themselves as think different era. They almost broke all norms and they came out with some of the most beautiful products that the world has seen. Historic campaigns have used the rebel archetype to differentiate from Microsoft or IBM. Apple had to stand on its own. In the 1984 ad against conformity, I am a Mac, I am not a PC. Look at the way they contrasted themselves against the reigning PC owners. It was a narrative of empowering the creatives and the underdogs of the world. If I now put the archetype of Apple into a small summary, what should it be? Apple's core identity is rooted in the Creator Archetype, which reflects its deep focus on innovation, design excellence, and empowering human creativity. But it is layered onto by the Magician archetype, which shapes the brand's experience. Apple consistently delivers technology that feels seamless, intuitive, and almost magical in the way it transforms the consumer's everyday life. The innocent archetype influences Apple's aesthetic and communication style. The communication style, which is expressed through simplicity, clarity, and a clean, minimal visual language. Historically, Apple has also drawn from the rebel archetype, especially during key moments and key product launches and campaigns, where it went on to position itself as the challenger to the status quo, particularly, most famously, in the 1984 commercial ad which said, "Think different era." In essence, Apple blends the visionary creativity of the creator, the transformative ease of the magician, and the quiet purity of the innocent, and the bold energy of the rebel to form one of the world's most distinctive and emotionally resonant brands. So, dear friends, you can bring in many archetypes together and build the brand. If I want to tell the essence of Apple in one line, how will I put it? Apple is a creator, magician brand that designs the future with simplicity and delivers it with intuitive magic. That's the essence of Apple, isn't it? When you go to buy an Apple product, because Apple is easily accessible to many in this world today, particularly in India. We all love Apple because of the way they create with the technology, because the way it brings multiple technology into our palms and it delivers to our intuitive magic, their cameras, their voice, the softwares and the ecosystem. But to build this brand of Apple or the brand of Tesla, the people who wrote these brand stories had to really think about what personality will this brands take up for a very long period of time, not 1 year or 2 years, for multiple decades. And that's the essence of storytelling. That's the essence of how you build a brand. Till we meet in the next video.